Hi, everyone. Now that we've completed our week with fractions and decimal equivalency, it's time for you to complete your performance task. You're going to take your time and do your best. Remember the strategies that you've been working with and learning all week. You can do this. All right, guys, now that you've had an opportunity to complete your performance task independently, we're going to go over it. I know you did a great job. All right, performance task. So what did it ask us to do, or what information did it give us? It told us about Farmer Brown and that he had a garden with different vegetables. Okay. Oh, you're telling me about the different vegetables? Okay, I'm sorry. Tomatoes, green beans, corn, squash, cucumbers and peppers, and lettuce and onions. Okay, that's correct. Let's see what it asked us to do. So, yes, you have to tell the fraction of the garden for each type of vegetable. Well, oh, that's what you noticed? So you noticed that all of the portions were not the same size. So what did you guys do? Ooh, you said let's color each portion first. Okay, so you colored each section. All right, let's see. Like this? All right, so you gave each vegetable a color. What'd you do next? Okay, you said so that the rows were not equal, so you wanted to continue the lines across. So the rows, they were going horizontally, left to right. Okay. So we extended the line across the green beans and we extended the line across the peppers. Okay, we're done now. We're ready to answer the question? No, okay, so they're still not completed. Now you said we have to work with vertical lines so that we can see the columns. Okay, vertical lines, columns are going up and down, so let's connect the lines going up and down. Good job. So that's going across the tomatoes and the green beans. Okay, now are we ready to answer the question? All right, so what'd you notice? You said we started at the top, okay. So you said how much of the garden has tomatoes? So you said 4 squares, and there are 20 squares in all. So you said the fraction was 4/20. Good job. Now some people simplified, so at 1/5 of the garden of tomatoes. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Next, you got the green beans. Good job. So the green beans, you said 6 squares. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 are in a row and 2 on the bottom. Okay, 6 squares out of 20. Good job. All right. You said we simplified, so 3/10 of the garden has green beans. Good job. What'd you pick up next? You said the peppers. Okay, 4 squares, just like the tomatoes. Okay, so the fraction 1/5. Okay, so you simplified 4 squares out of 20. 4/20. Good job. All right, you got down to only 1 square with the lettuce. Okay, so that 1 out of 20, 1/20. Good job. All right, good job. Let me get some people on this side of the room. I'm sorry. So next you move to onions. You saw that they had the exact same thing. 1 square, 1 out of 20. Good job. 1/20. All right. You said you noticed the same thing. Oh, we didn't go there. Okay, I'm sorry. Cucumbers. All right. You noticed that there were 2 squares out of 20. You simplified it. 1/10. Good job. 1/10 of the garden has cucumbers. And you said we could quickly finish up with squash and corn. It was 1 square out of 20. So 1/20 for squash and for corn. All right, good job. All right, next question. So the next question wanted you to think, right? Okay, so what is it doing? It's asking you to compare more than one vegetable, okay? What are the vegetables that they ask you to compare? Tomatoes and cucumbers, okay? So it said how much more. So if we're comparing, we're telling the difference. Good job. The difference means that we're subtracting. So we have to subtract those 2 amounts, okay? So we're recalling tomato had, we went back to the original fraction. What? Go back. You said we had to have common denominators when we're subtracting and adding. I love it. The common denominator, the same number of total equal parts. Good job. So 4/20ths of the garden with tomatoes, okay? And then you said 2/20ths, all right? So you said if I'm subtracting 2/20ths of the garden is more tomatoes than cucumbers. But you didn't stop there because you said I could simplify it. Okay, so 1/10. Good job, y'all. All right. All right, they gave us one more question. That's right. So now they wanted you to, okay, so they say 1/2. So when we're talking about 1/2, you all remember, okay, half of the total. So that means we're looking for 10 squares, okay, of a vegetable. Is this hard? What'd you do? All right, okay, you cut it in half, but you said 10 are on top and 10 were on the bottom half, okay? So you focused on the tomatoes and the green beans. So the tomatoes, there were 4, the green beans made 6. What's that fraction? 10/20ths, okay, that's half. What makes a whole? 20/20ths, okay, I was just making sure. So the combination that you got were tomatoes and green beans, all right? Okay, you said I can still use the division and how we divided that picture. Okay, so you said let's look at the bottom portion. Okay, so everything that was left on the bottom is the other half. Okay, so we got red peppers, cucumbers, lettuce, onion, squash, and corn. Okay, good job, good eyes. So now it asks, could you find any other? So you said you were counting 10. So each time you wanted a total of 10? Okay. So you said 4 squares were pepper plus 6 of the green bean. That gave us 10 out of 20. That's half. Good job. Oh, back there. You said 4 tomatoes, 4 peppers, and 2 cucumbers. Yes. What was that? 10 out of 20, half. Good job. All right, someone else said the green beans, 6 green beans, 6 squares of green beans. The lettuce had 1 more, that gave us 7. I hear you counting over there. Onions gave us 8. Squash gave us 9, and the corn gave us 10. 10 out of 20, good job. All right, and I see someone shared 1 more. Okay, they went back to the tomatoes. The tomatoes, there were 4 squares. All right. The cucumbers, you came down to the bottom, so 4 squares, 2 squares. Oh, you're telling me the fractions. So you said 4/20ths plus 2/20ths, there you go. 4/20ths plus 2/20ths, that gave you 6/20ths, plus 1 more 20th for the squash, okay, that gave us 7/20ths. You said let's pick up the corn, 1 more 20th, that's 8/20ths. The lettuce, 1 more square, 9/20ths, and then the onions, 10/20ths. 10/20ths equals, okay, 1/2. Great job, you all. I like that you went back and picked up those fractions because we weren't just adding the numerator. We wanted to make sure that we added the numerator and the denominator. Good job, you all. All right, did anyone find any other combinations? No other combinations? You guys did an awesome job. Great job, you all, great job. So now that we've wrapped up, I know that you have lots to share with your parents about equivalent fractions and decimals. Have fun until the next time.